because I know that there's some moms out there that are wondering, how do you pull this off with, so many different dynamics and wearing so many hats? And you know what? I'd say let's just make it happen. So, Elena, thanks so much for all that you do. I'm excited about what's happening in this space. I'm excited about Pica and many of you who are just really taking the lead here and playing a very, very intricate part. So, are we ready to go live?
Yep, you're good to go.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. To every woman that's on the call out there, it is so interesting. My kids are home, and I'm blessed to have 3 levels in my home, and it is so interesting. I'm on the middle level, and they are, I'm at the top level, and they're on the middle level, and I come downstairs just now to kind of sneak away from them and see that they have created a tissue paper, a tissue, I don't even know what to call this. I have tissue all over my home right now on the middle level, and it's absolutely just interesting. So we're going to keep it going, though, because this is all a part of the process, right? So for all of you moms that are out there, you know what I'm talking about when you have the kids that are quiet and you're excited to have peace for just a second, but you know that quiet is always, that means that there's something suspicious going on. And so now I see what it was. Tissue is just everywhere. Like literally I see about 17 rows of tissue, and about 4 of them look like they're totally unraveled. But anyway, let's just keep it moving. um so guys, you're gonna pick this up. Okay, you're gonna pick up the tissue. Okay, so ladies, women who are winning worldwide, we are women who wear many hats. We are women who are moms, who are wives. We're women who are sisters and friends. We are women who are daughters. And we are women who still have to make it happen. And so I want to encourage every woman that's out there that may be going through life at any level, to just know that we were built for this. We were born to win. We were born to win. Society may have tried to program us to lose, but we were born to win. And I want to encourage you to tap back into that winning spirit, tap back into that winning spirit that's going to propel you through whatever situation you're in, and know that any and everything that happens to you is to promote you. What if you looked at life like that? Anything that happens to you is to promote you. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all about your perspective and how you see it. And so I really want to encourage you to, if things do get tough, just step back for a moment. Sometimes things happen in my life, and when I see a series of events that are happening back to back, back to back, back to back, sometimes I just have to stop and laugh because I'm like, yeah, something is about to break. There's about to be a major breakthrough that's about to happen, because event after event after event after event is happening, and I'm being tested right now. And in the midst of those tests, one of the greatest things that you can do is just kind of change your motion so that you can change your emotion. Just start laughing. Start laughing. This laugh, I literally was in the midst of something. It was like 17 things happened at one time. It was really unbelievable. I was with my 18-year-old daughter, and she knew that she was just like, there is no way.
Oh,
Sorry about that, guys. The call came in. I realized I answered it. So she was like, she just looked at me and she said, Mom, just laugh. And I promise you, that's all I could really do. And so what I'm saying is that no matter what level of life you're in, no matter, where you are financially, no matter where you are, in your health, no matter where you are in business, no matter where you are, maybe with your job, life is just going to happen. And there's nothing that we can do to stop life from happening. But what we can do is change our perspective on what is happening. I talked about walking into our new season. I'm on Instagram for those of you who are not following me at Chyna Bethley. And I talked about the new season, and I was so excited that we were walking into our new season. And I talked about the 2 ways that people were walking into their new season. Some were walking into their new season by faith, because they had stepped out on faith, not knowing what was going to be on the other side. They stepped out on faith, just trusting that what they set out to do was going to be done. They stepped out on faith, even though it was uncomfortable. They stepped out on faith, even though things didn't look perfect. They stepped out on faith, just stepping into the unknown. hoping and wishing and praying that, what their goals were that they set out to do that this was the right move, that this was the right way. And it's scary. It is very scary to step out on faith because you can't see what's on the other side, right? I know it's scary. And so I'm excited because the reality is the person that stepped out on faith, it takes courage. It takes for you to trust something outside of you, outside of what you can see, in hopes that, you know what, I'm going in a direction because I feel something on the inside of me that's saying I need to go this way. I need to move like this. I need to do this. And you just trust it and go. In fact, every time that I've stepped into an opportunity that success came on the other side, it was me stepping out on faith. I didn't know how IML was going to work out for me. I knew nothing about trading Forex and cryptocurrency. I didn't even know if I had the desire to do this. I definitely didn't have the mental capacity to learn something that looked like Japanese geometry. I mean, I was extremely overwhelmed when I got involved in this company. I didn't really have a lot of money, made my first million by the time I was 30 years old, but I found myself in a very unique situation where it didn't really matter how much I had coming in. When it's not enough, it's not enough. And so I began to question if I had the mental capacity to learn this, if I had the desire to even want to do this, and if I had the time with small children, a teenager, a husband, operating multiple businesses. And so when it came into my life, it came into my life after a series of prayers where I was just really seeking and looking for what was the next big move. I know that I was called to do great things. I know that I wasn't just here to just be basic and, live paycheck to paycheck and go through this ridiculous cycle. I'm exposed to seeing, so much more than I had seen, in the years prior. I'm exposed to seeing how many people are winning and, traveling around the world and living out their dreams. I had access to a lot more, yet I felt that I was in this limiting position. I felt that I was in this box. I felt that I was just stuck. And I began to seek outside of myself because I felt that I had done what I could do, what I knew to do, yet I did not see the results that I felt that I needed to seek. And I felt like I was literally just chasing my tail round and round and round and round and round and round, never really making any progress, never really getting elevated from one level to the next. And so I began to seek out, and I'm like, what did I, this can't be it. And I remember coming up with a plan. I thought the plan was a really good plan. And after telling God what my plan was, I was wise enough to say, but if this is not in your will, Lord, show me what is. Next day, I got a call from Dr. Jewel Tanker, who shared with me about Forex, which I was not interested at all. I was listening to her, barely listening to her on a call. Like, what is she talking about? Forex, what is that? The size of a man's t-shirt? What are we talking about here? I need money now. What are you talking about? And I went to seeing what this stuff was, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely not that chick. No, that's not going to work for me. And I counted myself out immediately. Immediately counted myself out. I said, no, you got to be extremely smart for that. I mean, I'm really intelligent, but I don't know if that's going to work for me. And it was so interesting because I began to see the type of people that were doing this, and it did not connect with what I thought you were supposed to be to do something like this. And it gave me hope for a moment. And I got involved with hopes that I would just be able to make a couple of $100 perhaps from my cell phone if I could just learn the skill set or, do what some other people are able to do. And so I tell you what, that's been 3 years ago. And so I stepped out on faith, not knowing what was on the other side. I stepped out on faith, not knowing what was going to happen. I stepped out on faith, not knowing what this, industry was about. I stepped out on faith, barely having enough money to get started. I stepped out on faith, not knowing how I was going to fund my account. I stepped out on faith, not knowing if it was going to work or not. But I stepped out. And I was able to walk into my new season. So some people are going to walk into their new season by faith. Others are going to walk into their new season by force. What I mean by walking to their new season by force is that they're going to be forced to do something different because the situation that they're currently in is going to begin to shift. It's going to seem like it's going to begin to shatter. It's going to seem like it's going to begin to fall apart. It's going to seem like that all hell is breaking loose. It's going to force you to make a decision. You know how many women have called me and said, Dr. Chyna, I'm ready. Now I'm ready. And it's so abrupt. They have such an urgency in their tone. And I'm excited, obviously, that they're ready. I'm like, okay, awesome. Let's get you started, and begin to share with me one after another what's happening in their life and what's going on in their life that forced them to make this decision. So sometimes you have an opportunity to decide before things get really tough, before things get really tight, because we think that we're standing on security. We think that this familiar space that's still a bit uncomfortable is secure. But when things start to get shaky with that, it forces you to step away from what's about to collapse and crumble into something. And you still have to move in faith because you don't know what's on the other side. But because this is crumbling, anything could be better. And so I ask you, as you walk into your new season, are you walking into your new season by faith? Or are you walking into your new season by force? Will you wait until you have to move? Or will you decide that, you know what? I need to be open because the game has really changed. The dynamics in which we do business, in which we do life has changed tremendously in the last 10, 20 years. Everything has changed around us. You know, things are happening and changing at the speed of thought. And if we don't begin to tap into how we can benefit and how we can be assets to our family and to our children and make an impact that they can be proud of and that they can look to for a resource, then I promise you they're going to look outside to find something that may or may not be good for them. And so being that solution is going to be really important as a wife, as a mom, as a friend, as a sister, as a daughter. It's going to be really important that you have the courage that it's going to take for you to really take it to the next level. Some of you have already stepped out on faith and you're in this space. You joined, you're connected. But I want to see you win. I want to see you do well. I want to see your name. I want to hear your story. I want to hear your voice. I want to know what you went through, so that you can impact another young lady that's sitting on the side that's wondering if she should do it. But because of your story that she can relate to so much, she believes now because she can identify herself in your story. In order to do that, you have to have the platform. So I want to encourage you, those of you ladies that are on board, those of you ladies that are connected, those of you ladies that say that you're committed, don't just come to be here. I want you to show up in a major way. I want you to show up. See, what I know is that we didn't just come here to work, pay bills, and die. We came here to make impact, make global impact, to impact nations and generations around the world. And what we have in our hands right now is not by chance. It's not by coincidence that you're hearing my voice. It's not by coincidence that you hopped on this call on this Wednesday. It's not by coincidence. It's all on purpose. It's all on purpose. So that something else on the inside of you that may have been sleeping, that you may have thought died, will wake up and arise. Will awaken and arise. See, I believe that we're in a season that is the rise of the queens. I believe that queens are rising up and taking their rightful positions. I believe that the queens are rising up. There's a very unique time that we're in right now. This is your time that we're in right now. It's your season that we're in right now. And you have to begin to decree it and declare it daily. Listen, when I wake up in the morning, I wake up with such gratitude in my heart. I work on this. This is intentional. It's a skill that I've developed because I didn't always wake up like that. Sometimes I wake up thinking about the worries, the problems, the issues, the challenges, the bills, the weights of the world. Sometimes I would open up my eyes and like, oh my God, is that bill paid? Oh my God, is this done? Oh my God. And I realized how selfish I was being. Here I was blessed to have another day. And the first fruit of my day was stress and worry and issue and complain and overwhelm. How ungrateful was I being? How unfair was I being to my children? How selfish was I being? And I decided that every morning, no matter what was happening in my life, that I was going to wake up with a heart of gratitude. That I was going to wake up and smile and say, yes, I made it. I made it. Woo! Another day. There's something about starting your day off with a heart of gratitude. It's something about starting your day off being so grateful that you could just open up your eyes knowing that many people didn't have the opportunity to do that. It's something about it. And I tell you what, when you start your day off with a heart of gratitude, it opens up for so much to be attracted to you. When you start your day off with a heart of gratitude, it opens up for so much to be attracted to you. it's so important that you control the things that you can control, because the things you can't control, you can't control. Your motion, your body language, your words, all of those things you can control. And I want to encourage the women that are on here, that are in this space, that want to win, that are committed to doing what it takes. I want you to make it a great day. I want you to help someone else to have a great day. I want you to smile more. I want you to laugh more. Something about laughing. I talked about it a little bit earlier when I was going through things and it was happening back to back, and 17 things happened at one time in one day, and it was absolutely unbelievable. All I could do was laugh because I knew I was being tested. I knew I was being authenticated for the next level. And so I started to get excited. I started to change my perspective a little bit. I started to think that these things are not happening to me. They're happening for me. They're happening for me to get stronger. They're happening for me to believe more. They're happening for me to trust. They're not just happening to me. They're happening for me to become greater, to push to the next level. What if you thought like that every time something happened? You sat back and you laughed a moment. I think when you do that, God is pleased. I think when you do that, it shows that, God, I trust you. I know for me, there's nothing that I've been in that he didn't get me out that I couldn't figure out on my own. I'm still standing. See, you're evidence. You are evidence already. You're already evidence. Still standing right now. You're evidence that you've made it. Through everything that you've been through, I start to look back at some things in my life that wasn't so pretty, and I didn't know how I was going to get out of it. And I realized it's months ago, it's years ago. But I'm still standing because I'm evidence that it worked out. And so I share all of this because the journey to success is not designed to be easy. Yes, we were born to win, but we were programmed to lose. And I want to encourage you to tap back into that victorious you that you are, that courageous you that you are, that bold you that you are. As moms, as wives, as women, we wear a lot of hats. A lot of times in wearing those hats, it covers up our crown. And so we forget who we are. And we only are identified as somebody's mom, somebody's wife, somebody's daughter. Somebody's this, somebody's that, somebody's this, somebody's that, somebody's this, somebody's that. And then you're hidden underneath the royal you that you are. And the world is saying, we're ready for you. We want to get to know you. And so it's okay to still have the hat and decide not to wear it today. I'm a mom, but my hat is right here. I'm a wife, but my hat is right here. I'm a friend, but my hat is right here. I'm a sister, but my hat is right here. Because today I need to be me. I need to be okay with being me, knowing that I'm not being selfish as me. Because if I don't build me up, I can't be a good mom. And if I don't build me up, I can't be a good wife. And if I don't build me up, I can't be a good friend. And if I don't build me up, I can't be a good daughter. And if I don't build me up, I can't be a good leader. And so you need some time to focus and dedicate on you and be okay with that. Because when you treat you the way you deserve to be treated, with love and respect and honor and dignity, then the world will treat you the way you train them to. You train the world how to treat you based on how you treat you. You continue to put you last, and you will always be last. It's okay to rise up, hold your head up high, fix your crown. It's okay. So I'm excited to be in this space. I'm excited for every single woman that's here. I'm excited for this community that will continue to grow. I'm excited for the impact that will be made, that's being made right now. I'm excited for your new season that you'll walk into by force or by faith. I'm excited that when you walk into it, you'll recognize that you're here. And I'm excited that you would embrace it and that you would soar and that you would fly. I'm excited that you will stay connected to the community that will keep you plugged in, that will keep you charged up, that will keep you ready to go. And that you will begin to disconnect from all of the things that are keeping you stagnated, holding you back, and forcing you to be complacent. Let it go. Just cut it off. I pray certain prayers, and I promise you they're dangerous prayers to pray. They really are. They really are. Because every time I pray these prayers, people are disconnected from my life that I'm never expecting. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. Because these are people that I'm comfortable with, people that I've grown to become familiar with. But sometimes those relationships are the relationships that are blocking me from my next level. And when I pray these specific prayers and they become disconnected and detached, sometimes I just want to run back to what's comfortable, what's familiar. Just want to run back to what feels safe. But I thank God for his grace, because some relationships in your life are the very thing that's holding you back. Some of the people you're connected to is the reason that you're not where you want to be right now. Sometimes you feel like you need their approval, their permission. Sometimes you feel like you need them to co-sign you. And that's not what they're designed to do in your life. And so success can be uncomfortable sometimes. Most of the time it is. That's why more people are not successful, not truly authentically successful, living a life of freedom, a life of unlimited possibilities that's literally at their fingertips. We were born to win, but programmed to lose. But you could change that. You can tap back into something that's so deep, that's already on the inside of you. It's already there. It's stirring up as we're speaking on the call. Shifts are being made right now, because that's what my call is. That's what my assignment is. It's in my words. It's in my voice. So when I speak, I already know. I don't have to know you. I don't have to know your situation. I don't have to know what you're going through. I don't have to know what's happening in your life. I know that when I speak, I activate something that's on the inside of you. Something that may have been asleep for a while. Something that you may have thought died. That takes you back to purpose. Takes you back to promise. Takes you back to who you are, your being, your innermost being. I know it. I'm connected to it on the inside of you. It's my purpose. It's undeniable. So you then lay down at night and you still hear my voice in the back of your mind as you try to figure out, how do you do this? How do you make the move? How do you go forward? How do you step out? And you realize that you don't even have to figure it all out. You could just flow. You could just flow and give yourself permission to say yes to you. Just say yes for you. I can say yes, and it's okay. I can say yes without anybody else's permission. I give myself permission to win. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, it's time. Yes, it's my season. You begin to change the trajectory of your life with your words. Your words are so powerful. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to know what's on the other side. You can literally speak life over your life. You can literally speak it. You can believe it. You can get so excited. You start to feel fire all on the inside of your body. It's uncontainable. This is the beginning of your new season that you're walking into right now, that you give yourself permission to live. And sometimes I just go outside and just spin around, and I'm like, oh my God, the wind is blowing. I could feel it. The trees are moving. The sky is gorgeous. Oh my, just life. Just sometimes take a deep breath, walk away from everything and breathe so deeply that you shift everything and you enjoy every moment. Get into a space that you can start to attract all that's good that you deserve and that you desire in your life. Look at the beauty of how God has created such an amazing, abundant place for us. Begin to appreciate it. I'm excited to hear your story. I'm excited to hear your story, to hear your voice, to see you shine, to see you make impact, to see you go bigger than you've ever been, go stronger than you've ever went, and to help to change the world. This is Dr. Chyna Bethley. I hope you've enjoyed today, Women Who Win Worldwide call. If you're not a part, I tell you what, you need to be. This is bigger than just us making money from our cell phone, turning pennies into dollars, dollars into hundreds, hundreds into thousands. But we sure have a lot of fun doing it. We connect at many events around the world, whether it's Atlanta, whether it's Houston, Vegas, New York, Miami, whether it's throughout the Caribbean islands or in Europe or South America or Africa. We're all around the world showing people how they can have access to tools and resources that allow them to learn the skill set to get money as an issue out of the way. Imagine from your cell phone having the power and the ability to literally press a button that turns pennies into dollars on your phone. Imagine having financial freedom, being able to travel around the world with your family, do the things that you're really called to do, the things that you're really passionate about doing, making a real difference because you decided to learn a skill set that no one would ever be able to take away from you. No one can fire you from, no one can lay you off from. You don't have to worry about the fear of walking on eggshells at the job and not saying what you want to say and doing what you want to do because you've decided to take control. Imagine being a part of a community where excited, like-minded people meet regularly, like we're meeting this weekend in Houston, Texas, with the CEO of iMarkets Live, Mr. Christopher Terry, who has nearly 30 years of experience trading in the market, 9-figure trader, who already has the success, already has the blueprint, already has the results, who's taken his time to come and teach, train, pour, and give into thousands of people who've already said yes. Imagine being part of a winning team in iMarkets Live. That's the opportunity you have today. So if you was invited to this call by someone who's a member here, call them and tell them thank you. Thank you for introducing me to that call. Thank you for sharing the information with me. Thank you for allowing me to take a little peek inside of your world. And ask them for their link. They have a unique link that would allow you to partner with us, that allow you to get started with us, give you access to a world that's been hidden from most people. I like to call this the hidden wealth secret. We give you access to come inside the vault where many, many treasures are awaiting you. So get back with that person, get the link, get started with us. And I want to be the first to welcome you to this call. This is Dr. Chyna Bethley. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to welcome you to iMarkets Live with Women Who Win Worldwide. Make it a fantastic day. God bless you all. Bye.